Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got the second episode of my favorite leading ladies for you. I know it's been a while since I did the first episode of this series, but I figured, it's January, might as well get back into some series, because I've actually been doing a lot of thinking about this series and the one for the leading men, and I've come up with a really big list that I want to get through. Let's dig into who's on today's list. This first one should not come as a shock to anybody who's followed my channel for a while. She's one of my favorite characters, and that is Alana from the Song of the Lioness Quartet by Tamora Pierce. This is like the first installment of the Tortallin saga, which if you guys want to know more in-depth my opinions on the Tortallin book sagas, I will leave a link up in the corner for you because there's a lot of really good content over there. I delve into each of the different book series. Anyway, Alana is one of my favorite characters because she doesn't give a shit about what anybody's opinions are. She's gonna do what she wants. She is a total badass. So she decides at, the age of 10 or 12 that she's gonna become a knight. She's gonna be the first female knight in 200 years. And she does this because she wants to be a knight. She wants to fight people. To do this, Alana switches places with her brother Tom, and Tom goes off to the convent to learn to use his magic, and Alana dresses up as a boy to go to the castle and, learn how to be a knight. And I think this first book covers Alana's entire page training and up through the point where she becomes a knight. And I love Alana just because she doesn't give a shit. She will kick anybody's ass, and she reminds me very much of Edward Elric from the Full Metal Alchemist, because she's short, she's tiny, but she can totally kick people's asses and she can use magic, so that's really cool. And I love Alana. She's just so fun. So the next person on this list should also not surprise you because she's in the same universe, and that is Dane from the Immortals Quartet, also in the Tortall universe. And don't forget to check that link up there because I have book reviews for her books too. So Dane is very different from Alana and Cal, who I've talked about in the previous episode of this series, and you guys can check out that link above as well. So Dane is very sweet and kind of, soft-spoken, but she's also got this backbone of steel. So Dane is a demigod, and she is the daughter of the Green Man type god and the village medicine woman. And Dane has these really weird powers that she doesn't really come into until she's about 12, 13. And for a little bit she was actually kind of raised by wolves after her mother died. So Dane can speak to animals, and she's got this animal transformation magic, and it's really interesting. I love her magic. I love her whole being. Dane is just the sweetest person, but she can also really kick somebody's ass if she really wanted to. She doesn't take shit from anybody, and she's just such a sweetheart, and I love her activism for animals and the environment, and she's just one of my favorite characters. She's just so awesome. Plus, in the later books, she's a foster parent to a dragon. The next gal on my list is going to be Sarah Buhal from the Black Blade Blues series. I probably haven't talked about this book series a lot on this channel, but this is one of my favorite series of all times. Sarah is a blacksmith apprentice, and she's also a movie prop director for a small movie company in Seattle, and her girlfriend and her girlfriend's family are all into it's not necessarily LARPing, but it's the Society for Creative Anachronism, kind of. So if you guys have ever seen the Felon Fair Instagram, they're kind of role-playing, but also kind of doing their own kind of thing with armor and that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. They go to Ren fairs a lot, and Sarah makes swords as movie props, but also to sell at Ren fairs, and it's just a really interesting story. Anyway, Sarah is very much a badass. She can kick ass. She may be a descendant of a god. There's a lot of Norse mythology mixed into this. There's dragons in it, and Sarah is just this awesome, she's got anxiety. She's not necessarily comfortable with her sexuality. She's not comfortable, with a lot of things, and I really enjoyed her character, and I love her to pieces because she feels real, and there's a lot of grief that she goes through. There's a lot of, she gets blamed for a lot of things that happen in this book. I love her to pieces. She's such a cool character. I mean, look at her. She's a total badass, and she's just really, really awesome awesome and one of the coolest characters that I've come across in a book series ever. The next person on this list is probably a little controversial because I really liked her in the first book, but not quite so much in the second book in the duology, and that is Will from the Glass Spare duology. So Will in this first book is like a total firecracker. I love her. She's like adventurous, she's a spy, and she's kind of like a secret, you know, from most of the kingdom. Most of the kingdom knows that there's a daughter, but they don't know that Will is this royal daughter, and I just love her to pieces in this book. She's so caring about her family, and there's a little bit of like, you know, her going on the run because she finds she has these weird powers where she can turn things into gemstones just by touching them, so like grass blades or like bugs or people on accident. I really love her love for her brothers. I really like that she kind of falls in love slowly with this guy that kind of almost kidnaps her and then just kind of like forcing her to go along with him to help break a curse. I really love her personality. She's such a firecracker in this first book, and she's just really cool and awesome, and I like it. And then the last gal on today's list is going to be Owl from Owl and the Japanese Circus, or The Adventures of Owl, I think is what the book series is called. Anyway, Owl is a thief, like an antiquities thief. So Owl went to school basically to be an archaeologist, and she got in trouble with the archaeology board for uncovering like a vampire in a sarcophagus and, you know, accidentally killing him. And then she gets in deep shit with the archaeological world, and she gets blackballed, and to make money she steals antiquities right out from underneath the noses of the archaeology society. And you know, there's lots of really cool supernatural creatures in this. There's dragons and mummies and zombies and vampires and demons, and it's really cool, fun story. And Owl is like one of the coolest characters out there. I really love her personality. She's like spunky and self-sacrificing, and I just love her to pieces. She's really cool, and I love the way that she just goes on these really cool adventures, you know, trying to steal all of these antiquities and, you know, inadvertently destroying things that she doesn't mean to, but you know, it happens. Anyway, she's just such a really cool, like, globe-trotting character. She doesn't really have one base of operations, but she's really cool and just awesome. Alright, so those are some of my favorite leading ladies from books. Do you guys have a favorite female main character? Let me know down below. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!